Okay, so welcome back again, but this time to our third lesson of the Asmus classroom. I'm Moss, I'm a producer, DJ, ukulele bass player and teacher, and I'm here to guide you through this beautiful and amazing instrument the ukulele is. And today we're learning the first few and basic chords on the ukulele. So let's jump straight forward into it. One of the first and basic chords that everyone learns once they pick up a ukulele is the C major chord, and it is one of the easiest ones. You will have to play your third fret of your first string. Let's not forget that this is the first, second, third and fourth. So you play the third of your first string and then the others open. So it'll sound like this. This is a major chord, yes? So do you see that this sounds, let's say, happy, right? There will be major chords and minor chords. And the basic difference between them is that you will have some that sound a little bit happier than others. For example, the next and following chord that we are going to learn is the A minor chord. And why is that? Because it's another one of the easy ones. You will have to play your second of your fourth string this time. And do you see this sounds a little bit more sad, more heavy, for example, than this? It sounds super happy, right? This one seems a little bit darker. So, now that we know two chords, we will do the following. We will play with our right hand just down 4 times for each chord, okay? And I'm gonna repeat it a few times so you can play it along with me, okay? So here we go. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Feel free to go backwards to do that one more time if you need. And one thing that I want to mention is that it's key when you learn new chords to be really sure that you're playing them in the correct way. And how would you do that? Well, it's not that complicated. You just have to play one string at a time. So, for example, to check if my C chord is sounding correctly, I would do it like this. Because if you're playing all the strings like this, you might not notice, but there, my first string isn't sounding. Let me show it to you. Now let's check string by string. It can happen that your fingers sound like this, you know, muting the strings. So this is what you have to make sure that is happening. So let's see the difference between this soft string muted and this string sounding within the chord. I'll play 4 with muted and 4 sounding. Do you see the difference? That is key. And this is a thing that can happen to every one of the chords. So it is really important to check if they are sounding correct or not. For example, what can happen on our second chord, the A minor chord? Well, let's see. I'll play it the right way 4 times and then the wrong way. Do you see that there's something missing there, right? And this is a normal problem that happens to people when they are learning this chord. And you know why is it sounding like that? It's because of the pad of your middle finger, because the pad of your middle finger is touching this third string and it's not letting it sound. So in that case you have to play with the top and tip of your finger, and make a little curve with your finger. Okay, so then you can play string by string and it'll sound like, you see? So okay, so moving straight forward to our next chord, that'll be like, with part of our A minor chord is going to be the F. And how are we going to play the F? We are going to be with our middle finger again on the second fret of our fourth string, but we're going to add another finger. We're going to add the first finger on our second string, first fret. So it'll be like this. What can happen here? Well, when you start adding fingers, it can change drastically the strength that you are doing, because you might concentrate more on this finger and let this one with a little bit less strength, so it can stop sounding, So here comes a very important part, that is to really take time to play and be really cautious of what you are doing and if you are prepared or not. And that's why we have to check string by string. So this is the chord sounding right. Okay. This is how it should sound. Multiple things can happen here, to be honest. It can happen the same thing that happened before with our A minor, with the pad muting our third string. It can happen too that maybe we don't do that much strength on our index finger and it will stop sounding and sound kind of weird. It can happen too that you grab your ukulele like this and that your first string is being muted by the palm of your hand, but the other three sound correct. So again, the perfect thing would be to have your thumb pointing upwards on the neck, have some space here as if we were to put a ping pong ball here, and then your fingers like this, like if you had a little claw, on your hand. So, now I want us to make a little exercise here. We will be playing 4 C major chords, 4 A minor chords, 4 F major chords, and then going back to 4 A minor chords. And then we'll start again from the beginning, like C, A, F, A, okay? And when I say A, I mean A minor. So, I will strum 4 times each one. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, then we repeated the whole loop of 4 chords 3 times. Okay, so that'll be it for today's lesson with the C major, A minor and F major chord. And stay tuned because the next video will be kind of a most complicated one with the G chord that tends to create some problems at the beginning. So it'll be a whole video focused on that. Are you ready? Let's go.